Welcome to Survival to Creation with Cory Thorell, presented by the Academy of Logic and Light. If you've ever felt like you're living on autopilot, reacting instead of creating, you're in the right place.
This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about recognizing the survival patterns that once protected you, building awareness, and learning to create from a place of resonance instead of reaction. Every first and third Friday, we'll explore the journey from 3D survival through 4D awakening into 5D creation, combining practical tools, reflection, guided experiences, and real conversations that help transform insight into lived experience. Our live episodes stream publicly on YouTube and All TV, opening the door for anyone who's curious. And for those ready to go deeper, our private community offers replays, journal prompts, guided practices, dream harvesting, and ongoing support between sessions. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about becoming the author of your own life. So take a breath, get curious, and let's begin the journey from survival to creation.
Well, that was different than normal.
Do you want to start over?
I don't think that it can. I'm not sure on my end it's going, and it's live right now. I don't know what's happening. What are you seeing on your end?
I'm getting a repeated echo of everything. I see it fine, but I'm getting a repeated echo on top of everything.
Do you have any open windows? Hi, Mindy. We're having some Mercury retrograde technical issues. And yes, it is real for our logical people. It's not working. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I've been able to hear you. You sound perfect on my end.
Okay. Well, hopefully we're good.
Okay.
That was I'm not sure what was going on this side, but welcome everybody. Welcome. A little bumpy start on Pathway 2. Welcome. Hi, Julie. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Cory. How are you? I'm excited to be here.
I am way excited to be here, everybody. So once again, our apologies for whatever the bumpy start was there, but welcome to Season 2, Session 2, Pathway 2 of Survival to Creation. I'm Cory Thorell. So excited to be here. Such amazing feedback from from Pathway 1, the journey through the dimensions. Had several conversations because of that. So thank you everybody for showing up and reaching out. Really appreciate that. Today, we're talking about dream harvesting. Julie, do you even know what that is?
No, actually, I've been dying because I've been hearing you talk about it, and every time in my head, I just imagine like someone like a grim reaper coming through and harvesting dreams like they're wheat, and I'm like, I don't think that's it. So I'm here from scratch. So teach me like I'm a 2-year-old.
Awesome. Well, right off the bat, everybody, I want to be really clear about something. When I say dream, I'm not talking about the nighttime dream. I'm talking about conscious daydreaming, awake. It's your imagination. It is your waking and walking imagination. It is the dreaming that you do with your eyes open while you are living your life, sitting, driving, showering, staring out the window, listening to music, or letting your mind drift towards possibility. This is not about interpreting what happened while you were asleep last night. So today we're talking about it's the dreams that visit you while you are awake. The little images, the longings, the wishes, the desires, the wouldn't it be amazing if ... The positive dream, the solution of tomorrow. The future scenes that flicker through your mind before the practical part of you tackles them and takes them to the ground, which most of us do over and over and over again. And here's the thing. You already know how to do this. You are already using this tool all day long. Every time you rehearse a conversation going badly, you are using your imagination. Every time you picture a rejection before it happens, your imagination is on fire. Every time you replay the past, your body responds to it as if it is happening again. That is your imagination awake and running the room. Every time you emotionally pre-live a future that you hope never happens, your imagination, once again, is driving the car. So dream harvesting is not about learning a brand new tool. It is the same tool that you are already using and mastering, but different content, different fuel, different emotions engaged. So instead of using the imagination to rehearse survival, we begin using imagination to practice creation, conscious creation, daydreaming about the future. Instead of using our creative energy to decorate the prison, we begin using it to notice the door. So today we change the assignment. We begin reclaiming the daydreaming as a daily creative practice. It is a way of listening, seeing, and remembering. It is a way of letting your attention return to what feels alive, what feels good, what feels inviting, what feels right. And we are going to move through this in 3 pathways. First of all, wonder. I wonder about things. This is the language of the mind. And this is where possibility begins asking a better question. Then there's wander. Now, this is the realm of your body. And now this is where movement loosens the grip and lets the dream breathe. We take it for a walk. And then there's ponder, which is the spirit, which is where stillness gives the deeper self room to speak. Your dream gets to decorate and guide you into the future. So wonder, wander, and ponder, mind, body, and spirit. This is not just an idea. This is about embodiment. And we begin with this question. What solution or better way or result or conscious daydream has been quietly waiting for your attention? So let's stop right there, Julie. Right? What better way? We all are looking for a solution. We're all looking for something better. We're all looking at our current struggle and the solution for it. So this is where we stop fighting the struggle and start finding the gift in the struggle as dreaming about our future. That's dream harvesting. That's what we're talking about.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Right. Are you finding yourself in my story?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So,
yeah. Most of my job was serving Diet Cokes in the air. So there was a lot of time to wait for the foam to go down and a lot of time for daydreaming.
Yes. Great example.
Get paid for.
The space in between, waiting for something. I'm not there, but
Yeah.
I'm not where I'm going. I'm right here in the middle. Perfect. So I want to talk about this. I kind of jokingly call it the forgotten skill of daydreaming. Most of us were taught that daydreaming was a waste of time. I mean, I look back, in school, the teachers being like, don't daydream, focus, stop daydreaming, be present, be in the room. And I want to talk about that because I think that is a lie. Daydreaming is not a lie. It is one of the most powerful, essential tools to human existence. It is our spirit talking. It is a very useful little lie for a world that benefits when our attention stays small, predictable, and busy managing survival, right? But we were taught to use our imagination to stay small. Don't dream about how big it could be. Don't dream about how good it is. Don't dream about bliss and loftiness. No, point your attention on right here, right now. Focus on what's practical. Stay on task, be realistic, stop drifting, come back to the real world. But here is what often happened underneath that message. Our imagination, our daydreamer, it did not disappear. It got reassigned. So instead of dreaming toward aliveness, many of us started dreaming toward anxiety. We used the same creative power to rehearse what could go wrong. to stay safe. We replay what already hurt. We imagine how people might judge us. We keep ourselves small enough to, once again, to feel safe, to belong, to stay in the container that we're in. And that is the old contract. If I stay small enough, prepared enough, careful enough, realistic enough, just maybe then I will feel safe and I'll belong. Now that is survival rehearsal. That is third dimension reality, like we talked about last week. And survival rehearsal is exhausting because now your vitality is being spent and used to maintain the very walls that you want to move beyond. Your attention and your imagination are reinforcing the very thing keeping you feeling stuck. We're making bigger what we're paying attention to. So dream harvesting, what we're doing here today is switchcraft. It's how we begin reclaiming this energy. It is a shift from unconsciously rehearsing tragedy, like we literally see everywhere in the news, everywhere, all over the place. The switchcraft to consciously practicing authorship. Because of that, what would I love? Practicing good news, the daydream about the rest of life as the best of life. So when we dare to wonder and wander and ponder, our imagination comes back online, our intuition comes back online, we connect to the field of knowledge, the Akashic records, all of it. We stop using our imagination to manage fear. We begin using our imagination to listen for the life that wants to come through love to us here right now. So that is the forgotten skill. Daydreaming was never the problem. The assignment was the problem. So Julie, what do you notice about that? The idea of the imagination never disappearing, it just got reassigned.
It really reminds me of that movie Hook.
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where they're like, you just have to believe again. And it's like all of a sudden, like his third eye just like cleared up and he could like see the food and see the colors and have the imagination and he could fly. And it does remind me of that like childlike self in ourselves where people told us we had to grow up. Like I've had a job since I was like probably 12 at least.
Right.
If
Yeah.
not earlier.
Yeah, me too.
You know? And so we kind of did lose the wonder. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, if we're going to stay here in the logical and the preparing, are we ants or are we grasshoppers? You know?
Right.
It takes away like the beauty of our own authentic selves of what our own wants are. And people are putting their like stories and paradigms on us. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be in a box. I want to shine bright and I want to do what I want to do. And I want to make cool things with my friends.
Right.
And also something else you said too touches on the topic with the community topics of this week with the hero's journey. Is this week's topic is confidence. And next week we're going into Sunday. The topic is authenticity. And we're sitting in the solar plexus. So we're right on time yet again.
Love that. Yes. So
yeah, those are my thoughts.
So one of the questions here is, where has your imagination been spending most of its time, energy, and focus lately? Has it been on survival rehearsal or creation? And this is not a judgment, it's an awareness. Yes. And this is not just a question for you, Julie. This is the question for everybody out there. This is an awareness. Rise up high enough. Be aware that you're aware to say, wait a second, I've been spending all day long practicing survival and only a little bit of time practicing thrival. I've been revisiting my suffering over and over again 1,000 times before breakfast and only aware of the daydream once in a while. Today we switch craft. We're going to turn it over. We're going to change the numbers. So dream harvesting, let's talk a little more about what it is, right? So let's name what we are actually doing here. Dream harvesting is conscious daydreaming. It is the waking imagination, the practice of pausing your usual reality long enough to notice what wants to grow, pausing long enough to see that there's more for me than just this. And here is the important part. you are already good at this. You already know how to use your imagination. You're already building an inner movie and feeling it in your body. You already know how to rehearse a scene that has not happened yet and have your nervous system explode with response like it's happening right now. We all do it. We've always done it. Same tool, different content. We are already masters of this. The trick is changing focus, changing lanes. Most of us have just been using it with the survival content. That's what we see it in the world. Every time you turn on the TV or watch the news, we are reinforced with survival messages. We imagine the conversation going badly, or being judged, or getting excited and then disappointed, or the money running out. We imagine the past repeating itself. We imagine wanting something too much and then losing it. This is pretty familiar for everybody. I know it is for me. That is daydreaming. This is all about, we're doing the daydreaming. The tool is working. The tool is alive. We are already masters at this. That is creative energy. But what are you creating with it? So that is the mind making pictures. It is the body receiving them as instructions and feelings. The tool has worked for your whole life. But now we are consciously choosing the content. We're going to change the lane. It's a different fuel, a different assignment, a new focus, one with desire built in love. So dream harvesting does not begin by giving you a brand new tool. It begins by changing the assignment so that the tool that you are already using feels better. And that feeling better creates relief. That relief brings relaxation. That means our nervous system calms down enough for our tunnel vision to open up, to leave fight or flight, and our imagination comes back online, our intuition turns on, our connection with source in the field of knowledge becomes available, and we start to dream gigantically. Here it is. So that is the switchcraft. That's where switchcraft comes in. You've heard me mention this a couple of times. Switchcraft is one of the foundational tools of this whole journey. We are going to come back to it over and over. You're going to hear me talk about it because switchcraft is the moment creative authorship enters the field of consciousness. It is the moment you catch yourself in the old rehearsal and create a new direction. At first, that may happen after the old spiral, the old story, the one you've practiced 1,000 times today already. You have the familiar old reaction. You get pulled into the old movie. You spend 20 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days decorating the prison of your mind. But then there's that moment. Something in you goes, oh, I did it again. I see the moment. And that right there, that counts. That pause, that is awareness arriving. Now, example 2. With practice, you start to catch it while it's happening, not after the fact. During the moment, you notice the disaster movie mid-scene. You notice your body tightening. You notice the courtroom in your mind where everybody is disappointed in you, and somehow you are also the judge, the lawyer, the defendant, and the person sweeping up afterwards. You catch yourself right in the middle. Oh, I'm doing it right now. Now that matters too. That's awareness getting closer to the present moment. And then third example, there's the moment, a powerful moment, the most powerful moment. You catch it right before it happens. The old pattern knocks on the door. You see it, you feel the impulse. There it is about to happen. You feel the fear starting to build the scene. The old pattern is about to take the microphone and you pause. You stop. I'm about to do the thing I've been trying to stop, and here I am in this moment. Now that pause is sacred. That pause is the switchcraft moment. I now am powerful enough to see 2 paths, not just one. But here's the part I want you to hear very clearly. The pause is powerful, but the pause itself is not the creation yet. The pause interrupts the past. The next choice authors the future. I now see the fork in the road. The pause interrupts the past. So in dream harvesting, The switchcraft move is simple. First, you notice the old survival rehearsal. There's the pattern. I've done it a million times. I know it really, really well. I get a little hit of dopamine every time I do it, which is why it's easy to suffer a little more. But I want you to ask, when that old pattern comes, what am I afraid will happen? What am I afraid of? Now let's let that answer be honest. We all have a dream and a desire, but then the yeah, but kicks in. Yeah, but I have a bunch of shit on my plate right now. Yeah, but I'm scared right now. Yeah, but I don't get to right now. Yeah, I have to fix myself first. Maybe you're afraid to fail. People will judge you. You'll be too much. You'll finally want something and lose it. Maybe you are afraid it will actually work, and then your life will have to change. Whoa, beautiful. Now the old rehearsal is visible, and a new possibility is on the table at the same time. The fork in the road. That's why we're talking right here. We're pausing right here. Now we know what the survival part has been trying to protect. I can't have my dream yet because something matters. I still have work to do. I have unfinished business that matters. My love story's engaged. I can't do that yet because this today matters. And that's the switch. So now the question becomes, Julie, because of all of that, my suffering, my struggle, my delay, my pause, the work I have to do first, what would I love to experience, create, feel, choose, or become? Because of all of that, the question does not shove fear out of the room. It does not slap glitter on the panic button. It lets fear be seen. It gives fear a place at the table, and then it gives your creative energy a new assignment. Something matters. The pause matters. There's a gift in everything. This is the shift from survival rehearsal to conscious authorship. And at first, the desired daydream may arrive quietly. It may be a picture of a room or a feeling in your chest or a deeper breath. It might be a memory of something you used to love, a desire you almost dismiss because it feels inconvenient. That tiny little, ooh, I want that, before your survival mind rushes into the clipboard and kills it. Switchcraft helps you catch the moment. It helps you pause before the dismissal. It helps you notice when the old story is about to bury the spark. And then dream harvesting helps you honor what appeared. So when we say dream harvesting, we are talking about a movement inside you. You notice the waking dream. You notice the survival rehearsal. You pause at the choice point. There they are in front of you, the fork in the road. I could go this way like I used to, or I could go this way like I'd like to. Take a bigger breath so you can see more than you could see before. You start to ask, what are you afraid will happen? And you let the fear tell the truth. You let the switchcraft assignment happen because of all of that. What would I love to experience, create, become? Because here is the new path. This is where we practice spending more time, at least 60% of your time, your energy, your focus, your attention, belonging here in creator consciousness. Most of us spend all day long in survival. Here's where we know what we're doing. We see the path. We spend a little bit more time in the pause, and we start to decorate the solutions. So what do you notice about switchcraft as the moment where imagination gets a new assignment? Julie?
So I'm a visual person more than a words person. So the first thing I see is just like a castle wall that's kind of been like decrepitated with like cracks. And the first thing I see is just like rose bushes and thorns, and then like the actual roses popping up to like make it this like magical rebirth moment.
Awesome.
That's what I see.
Awesome. Let's say now let's turn it around. Where has your imagination been rehearsing survival lately?
Oh, for sure, failure.
Failure. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So failure, what are you afraid of?
Yeah, just basically failure. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
The
All
all
right.
the
So,
work is for nothing.
right. And so what are you protecting? In your fear of failure, what matters? What part of your love story is feeling betrayed or needs protection?
I don't know. I think there's part of it that just like is like proving to myself, and then there's another part of it. Like it's definitely all tied to my ego for sure.
Yeah.
Like to split into two, like wanting to prove myself to myself, and then prove that I wasn't crazy to everyone else who thought I was crazy.
Sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's some fear there's some failure, there's ego, there's what other people think, there's your deep
For
desire to do it right, to do it well.
Yeah.
So because of all of that, Julie, what are you loving gigantically enough to change for, to do something different? What's the love story that's holding that, the guiding light?
Yeah, I think it's myself. I think this week is really like bringing me into falling in love with my brain, my heart, the things that I want to share and bring, like there's no doubt in myself in those things. So they should be shared, and I should be excited to share them, and that's it.
Awesome. Right. So there we are. There's the tension of, there's the fear of failure and the desire to succeed alive in your story. Now they're spending the invitation is to spend more time in the desire to succeed with just enough attention in the fear of failure to push off of it strongly. Right? We're not removing the fear of failure. We're giving it a place at the table to say, why have you come? There's a part of you that matters. That's why you're knocking on my door. Thank you for coming. And because of you, I'm loving gigantically enough to push off of you in the other direction. That's the switchcraft that we're talking about. So perfect. Thanks for letting me poke you a little bit and pull that out as an example for our audience.
I live as a live example on the Academy in case anybody ever questions who I am.
Okay, great. Awesome. So let's take it to the next step. And I call this the garden of attention. All right. So now everything we've just talked about, this makes this a little more simple. Maybe it's an easier way to digest everything that I just said, because I know that was a lot. It was wordy. There's a lot of science and training in there. So let's make it simple. Your inner world is like a garden. Your attention is the water. And whatever receives your attention begins to grow roots. So if fear gets watered every morning, fear becomes very well hydrated. If resentment gets watered every afternoon, resentment starts putting up a pergola. If a belief that nothing ever works out for me gets watered every day, eventually that belief starts landscaping the whole property. And again, this is not about pretending that fear is not there. Fear may have a very real information, a mission of love. It's showing up for a reason. Anger may have a message for you. Grief may be showing that something matters. Our emotions are tools. We are not our emotions. They're knocking on the door to show us what we're loving gigantically enough to stop for. Right? So those parts of you do not have to be the gardeners of your whole life. Dream harvesting begins when you start noticing what has been getting the water. So where has my attention been going? What have I been feeding? What story have I been growing because I kept returning to it? And then with some kindness, we begin to ask a different question. What do I want to give more of my life to? More joy, more beauty, more curiosity, more breathing, more desire, more delight, maybe the tiny little spark of maybe this could be different. And sometimes the new life does not arrive as a giant breakthrough. Sometimes it begins with a very small green thing, a sprout, a small love, a little image, a tiny desire, a small moment of, oh, yes, more of this, please. More of this. Dream harvesting teaches you to notice those little green things before survival kicks in with work boots. Now, that is why the practice matters. You are learning to water the life you actually want to grow. So what do you notice when you hear attention described as water?
I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. All of a sudden, everything we talked about just got easy.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
You're standing in your own garden. What are you paying attention to? Whatever that is gets bigger. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad, right or wrong, up or down, hot or cold. What doesn't matter, right? We've all heard this before. Whatever we give our attention to gets bigger. We manifest what we think about. This is another way to say the same thing. So I want to water more, fill in the blank, with my life. With my life, I want to water what? The solution, the dream, the daydream, the goodness. What are you claiming? Because of where you are right now, what do you love gigantically enough to change for? I'm honoring my struggle. I'm honoring my pain. I'm honoring where I'm at. I'm honoring all parts of me. I'm honoring everything that I carry. And because of that, I'm loving gigantically enough to water something new. This is dream harvesting.
Beautiful.
How am I doing here, Lisa? I mean, Julie.
You're good. It's really
Awesome.
funny because Lisa's already got her. She's here, so you were also on point.
I love that. Oh, great. Yeah, I saw the name Lisa right here. That's why I've said it. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so how do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know you have dream work to do? You have a clue?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of clues.
Yeah, there are so many.
Well, originally, when I saw dream harvesting, and again, I'm a visual person, so I can only explain what I see. So, in my original vision, it was wheat being harvested like those hooks, and the wheat was screaming no. And so there was obviously something there to work on because there was screaming in harvesting. And now that you've reframed it for me, I see harvesting as abundance. We get bread now.
Yeah. Well, there's something really. The beauty of a harvest is what created Thanksgiving, right? We the work of the summer. We bring it all in and prepare for the winter. We have extra, we have resource, we have abundance. We're ready to go into the dark. Plenty, we have plenty. That's why I love that. We're harvesting our dreams in such a way that we have lots of them and we're aware of them in such a way it changes not just the course of our life, but our attention, our emotions, what we're doing next. Yeah, so thanks for mentioning that. But how do we know that we've got dream work to do? You're uncomfortable. You feel anxious. You are suffering in some part of your life. You're uncomfortable. There's something in your world knocking on your door, asking for attention. Any of the low vibration frequencies, any kind of discomfort, any type of pause, hesitation, or resistance. There's the invitation. There's the proof that you've got dream work to do. You're standing in the hallway between what was and what comes next, and you have no clean map. You don't know your next step. Proof. You've got dream work to do. Because when the old life is still too small and the new life has not become visible yet, the nervous system calls that danger. Whoa, stop, hold on, shut down. The discomfort may be the signal that your imagination has been circling the same old outcomes for too long. I only know what I don't want. I don't know what I do want. There's a tension. There's a resistance. There's a hesitation. There's a pause. What do we do in the pause? Dream work. The anxiety may be creative energy with nowhere beautiful to go. The suffering may be a place where life is asking for a new image, a new question, a new possibility, a new relationship with the future. So yes, if the colors of your life are muted, you've got dream work to do. If you are doing the things, answering the messages, paying the bills, making the meals, and somehow everything feels gray around the edges, you've got dream work to do. If you are busy all day and still feel adrift, if there's motion but little direction, you've got dream work to do. if you were delaying your next step and the old story calls it laziness, look a little closer. You've got dream work to do. The laziness is the invitation to pause. And what we do in the pause, we dream gigantically. Solutions, desires, what feels better, what feels amazing, what would be great, what am I loving enough to change my life for? Sometimes procrastination is where a forgotten dream is asking to be included. Ooh, I love that so much. Procrastination gets a bad name in our life, in our world today. But what if it's the invitation to dream again? Sometimes your body is saying, I need to feel the why again. My passion, my purpose. And if you are burned out in that very specific way where nothing sounds good, nothing tastes like much, and even the things you used to love feel far away, that is a call for dream harvesting. Because sometimes the issue is not that you need more discipline. Sometimes the dream has not had enough oxygen. Sometimes the soul is not asking for another strategy. It's asking for space, room to breathe, to enter your story. It's for more beauty, for more art and inspiration, for imagination, for a reason to care again. You are already dream harvesting, but what dream are you watering? What dream are you investing in? Is it the beautiful dream of the future, or is it the nightmare relived for the 1,000th time today? And honestly, what could possibly be more important than daydreaming about the future? Think about this. We manifest what we give our attention, the gift of our attention to, the investment of our emotions and our focus. That's what's getting bigger. Are you dreaming about your future because of where you are right now? Because of all that you carry, your heart feelings, your discomfort, your pain, your struggle, your confusion, all of that matters. You're not doing it wrong. Every piece of you is an important part of your love story, your heart trying to communicate. Let's bring it in, set it down at the table, ask it why it has come. There's a gift here. And then turn around and say, what am I loving gigantically enough to become powerful for? So what do you notice, Julie, about the idea that discomfort and anxiety and uncertainty may be a call for dream work?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely resonates. In it too, sometimes I feel like those things pop up and they're like, oh, those are messages. There's something that it's like it's coming at you, telling you what the possibilities could be. And it's like we create those reality loops, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. They're just
Right.
bubbles to be aware of. Kind of like you said, like you notice it, you stop and you like ponder and you're like, no, this isn't my reality. But I really like what you said about what do I love enough to make myself big enough for? Is that how you, or bold enough for?
What am I
I can't remember.
loving? What am I loving gigantically enough to become powerful for? Is my favorite way to put that.
Yeah, I
Right.
love that.
Right. Because of all of that, I desire this. But that sentence in that way, it's not just about desiring something else. It's I'm loving gigantically enough to become powerful enough to take a step toward it. I'm not just going to look at it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to become powerful enough to pause the old story long enough that I can climb out of my story, stand on top of my story, and I can see more than I could ever see before. There's more for me than just that. That's what's going on. That's what's happening, right? So yeah. So now let's talk about how do we harvest the dream? How do we really do it? So far, this is all pretty ideas, cool, but let's do it. So I want to make this practical, but I also want to place a question in that center of the room. And I said it already. And those of you out there, write this down. Because of all of your life, what are you loving gigantically enough to become powerful for? That's different than asking, what do I want? It goes deeper. After everything that you have lived, everything you have survived, everything you have carried, adapted around, questioned, grieved, and finally outgrown, what are you going to love next? What are you going to love next? What are you loving right now? But what would you love to love next? The solution, the desire, the new house, the new money, the new relationship, the more abundance, whatever it is that is better than it is today, the goal, the light at the end of the tunnel. What is it that you're loving next? We are daydreaming to listen for the life that wants to come through everything that we have lived. It starts small. 10 minutes is enough. Okay, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day can change your life. Your survival mind may try to make this complicated. Like the door only opens once, the lighting is right, the journal is worthy, the house is quiet, the candle is behaving, and your inbox has reached spiritual maturity. Ugh, no. Stop. 10 minutes is enough. The old voice is going to be loud. Let it be loud. Let it talk. Let it be there. The baby has been fed. It has been clothed. It has been changed, and it is still crying. Let the baby cry. And now gaze where it's not. Bless this moment. 10 honest minutes can open a door. In these 10 minutes, enter through whatever part of you is most available. Whatever's going on for you right now, that's available. When the mind is available, we begin to wonder. I wonder. Because of all of this, I wonder if it could be different. I wonder what I could love. I wonder what future keeps tapping at the window. I wonder what is there for me. I wonder how it can be better than this. I wonder. This is, once again, this is the language of your thinking mind. I am wondering about how good I can make it. I'm wondering what I'm becoming powerful enough to change my life for. Because of all that I lived, what would I love to experience, create, feel, choose, and become? And then you let your imagination move. You play. Innocence, in no sense. Let it show you the morning that feels like breathing again. The work that feels less like proving and more like expression. The conversation where your truth has a seat and an audience. It's the body that feels like home instead of a project. It's the love that has room for your nervous system, or the peace that lets you remain present. Now that is wonder. I wonder. This is asking lofty questions, not trick questions. I wonder how good it could be. I wonder how I could have some of that. I wonder where I'm doing it already. There it is. I wonder. And now we move to wander. Let's move it into the realm of our body, the unconscious mind, our feelings. This is movement that gives the dream room. We take it for a walk. A walk can be enough. So can stretching in the living room, cleaning the kitchen, driving with the radio on, dancing while nobody is watching, or stepping outside long enough with bare feet on the grass so that you remember the sky is bigger than your inbox. Wow. The body loosens what the mind has been gripping. Change your space. If you're freaking out, go outside. Take your shoes off. Walk on the ground. Feel the wind on your skin. Get goosebumps. The body loosens the tight story. It shifts your focus. A dream that cannot get through the front door of your thinking may slip in sideways while your feet are moving. A little thought. It's effective, and that is wander. The body makes space. When the spirit is available, then we begin to ponder. Now, this ponder is the realm of your spirit, your superconscious, your dreamer, all of creativity, your soul. Wonder, wander, and then ponder. Ponder is stillness with an invitation inside of it. It's a breath. It is a hand on your heart. It is lighting a candle. It is a quiet minute where you let the mind set down its clipboard. Wonder. I'm going to wonder all about it. And then I'm going to wander around with what I discovered. And then what I discovered in my wandering, I'm going to ponder about, like, whoa, that was bigger than I thought. I received a gift. Wonder, wander, ponder. So what vision wants to meet you today? What vision wants to meet me today? What am I meeting today? What gift showed up in this 10 minutes? What becomes possible that wasn't possible before? So here's where we listen gently. You may notice a color or a feeling or memory, a place, a sentence. It could be a little ache asking for your attention, a strange spark, a sense of there, a sense of more, or that quiet inner tug of, I don't know why, but this matters. I'm in the pause. Now, this is how the dream begins to arrive when we make space for it. We breathe a little bit bigger so that we can see a little bit further. Small enough for the ordinary mind to dismiss, tender enough that you almost walk right past it. So when something appears, catch it before survival shows up with the clipboard. That new idea, that new breath, that little solution. Wouldn't that be amazing if, write it down, put it on the fridge, record it on a voice note, take a picture, sketch it badly, let it be imperfect enough to live with you, put it in your pocket, and then ask what the dream is really about. Why did that spark catch my attention? Why did the wind show up and rattle the leaves in the tree right when I stood underneath it? And it stopped me in my tracks and I got goosebumps. What did that mean? These micro moments, these milagro pequeños, these little miracles. A beach may be pointing to freedom. A kitchen table may be pointing to belonging. A stage may be pointing to visibility. A cabin, a color, a class, a garden, a song, a road, a room, a city, a sentence. Any of it carries a signal. That memory, your unconscious mind talking to you, what popped into your consciousness, what does it mean? And how does it make you feel when you give it more space? This is dream harvesting. Now, this is micro dream harvesting. We're creating a space. And the form may change. The essence is a part to listen for. So once you feel the essence underneath it, you give it one small act of devotion. I love that. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, I really, really love that. So you move the chair, you clear the corner, you send the text, you buy the notebook, whatever it is for you. You take the walk, you listen to the song. One little act calms your nervous system enough for your imagination to come back online, your intuition to start sharing wisdom and joy with you. And then all of a sudden your spirit says, here's the new path. Switchcraft moment alive. This matters. I am listening. This is how daydream becomes direction. You give it attention, respect, and one embodied signal that says we are walking toward this now. So this week, keep it simple. Give yourself the 10 minutes. Let the mind wander, the body wander, and the spirit ponder. Catch what happens. Listen for the essence. How does it move you? Notice how you take one breath a little bit bigger than the one before. Awesome. That means you're doing it right. Honor it with one small signal. So, Julie, what do you notice about treating this daydream as a signal instead of dismissing it as a fantasy?
I mean, I think it's a really powerful tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one we are all using 100% of the time.
Yeah. We're already doing it. We might as well use it to our power. It's kind of like how we talk about a little bit of like our gifts of like clairvoyance, clairsentient. They're muscles you have to exercise. And that means
Yes.
including with your relationship with these tools and how you use them. Because yeah, we might have been using them all wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about using them wrong. The tool was working masterfully, but what were we using it to do?
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Or it's right.
It feels like wrong. It feels like it's uncomfortable. It feels like broken because we're uncomfortable. And the more we stay uncomfortable, the more uncomfortable it gets. But this is where the pain of change becomes less than the pain of staying put, and we actually get up and do something different. And that's so much about empowerment. That's so much about the switchcraft moment, when I stop suffering and I start thriving. The switchcraft moment, I stop retelling the story of my suffering and I start telling the story of my dream and how good it can be. I stop giving my power away and I take it back. The switchcraft moment. So dream harvesting is the art of reclaiming your waking imagination. It's the same imagination that has rehearsed the fear, and it can rehearse your freedom. The same attention that has watered your old pain can water your new future. The same creative energy that kept building the prison can begin noticing the door. Your daydreams are often the first language of a life trying to find you. So begin your foundational journal quest. Now, those of you who know me have done this exercise, and I want to put it in here, and I want it to be strong. This is your assignment this week. With everything that we've done, let's make it even more simple. Here it is. It's the list of 100 things that you love. I want everybody out there to make a list of 100 things you love. And let it be real. Put it on the table. Put it where you walk by it every day. And little things matter. Coffee, fresh sheets, a light through the window, a ridiculous snack, the way your dog looks at you, a place you want to go, a future you almost whisper because it feels so tender. You love it. You love it gigantically. A list of 100 things that you love, 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 love. If you just like it, it doesn't make the list, and you need 100 of them, and I want them by Sunday. Why do we do this, Julie? Why does this matter?
Writing is magic. Words, magic. Getting it out of your body, magic. It's transformative work that we have been overlooking and dismissing sometimes.
Exactly. Words matter. It's spell casting, right? But let's go one step further. All of this matters. The list is not about proving you are grateful or sounding spiritual. It is an energetic map back to your aliveness. So next time, we're going to talk about relief and why it never lasts next week on path 3. But right now, that list of 100 things, when you have it in front of you and you start to know why you love them. For me, the sound of rain on a tin roof, the smell of rain in the desert, little things give me goosebumps and butterflies at the same time. I write this list at least once a month, if not more often. I have all of my new clients do this on day 1, because when we're overly invested in our suffering story, we are too good at that. And you ask, what do you love? And they go, I don't know. Okay, well, what would you love because of all of your suffering? Well, not this and not this and not this and not that. Well, hold on. You're still imagining the old way. This is the practice to switchcraft to your dream language. What do you love? What's the proof that life on earth is magnificent? What is the sexy S-curve? What is the piece of art that takes your breath away? What is the sunrise that stops you long enough to breathe deeper? What is your favorite food? What's your favorite music? What is it that literally gives you goosebumps and butterflies at the same time? Now, this is important because in the realm of our body, in the realm of wandering, when we start to be more aware of our love story, what we love gigantically, our nervous system calms down. We breathe deeper. Our imagination and our intuition come back online. We start to dream again, and it gets easier, and we spend more time in creator consciousness. So that's the homework. Before we get to next week, where we talk about the relief and why do we bounce back into our pain so easily, that's next time. But right now, let's claim what we love and do it in such a way that we get goosebumps and butterflies at the same time. So that list of 100 things, put it on your kitchen counter, walk by it 100 times a day. Every time you walk by it, put your hand on it and go, oh yeah, I love that. Oh, yep, that's what I love in the world. And feel it. It's not just a little list of cute little things. No, these are the things that let you know that life is beautiful, that life on earth is magic, that we are taking the next breath, because when we choose life, life chooses us. So that's what time, that's my presentation today, Julie. Yeah.
So good. That was so good. Oh my gosh, thank you. I feel like, ooh, yes.
Right. Dream harvesting. I love that, it's not the nighttime dreams. It's the waking conscious daydream, and then choosing the new lane. I'm gonna catch myself in this witchcraft moment to say, oh, I'm about to suffer again. And I'm gonna choose not to. In those 3 levels of switchcraft, oh, I caught myself after I did it. I did it again. Oh, damn. Then the next level is, oh, I'm doing it right now. Oh, go and stop right then. And then that practice gets you to see it coming. Oh, I see I'm about to do it and I don't. That is about presence. It's about remembering the art of the present moment. It is about being here now. What's really going on? Are you lost in the nightmare story that may or may not happen, which makes you unconscious enough of right now that you easily jump into the old pattern? That's not good or bad. That's no judgment. It's just using your imagination to reinvest in the old story. It's just what you're doing. But now we're aware that we're aware. And we can see it. We can see it enough to pause. And then we pause long enough to dream a little bit bigger. And 10 minutes matters. A list of 100 things is your first step. There it is.
Love that. Woohoo, we have homework.
Yay.
Good
And I'm excited to hear some feedback about the list of 100 things. I can see people in the audience have done this. People that I can see who are sending some comments to us. Thank you for your thumbs up and your comments watching us live. So appreciate you out there showing up in this way.
Yes. Yes.
Next time,
thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Why relief matters. Why relief never lasts. Next time. Path 3.
And we've got our link up here in the QR code is the Survival to Creation group. If you guys want to go even deeper down this experience, and I highly recommend it. And then do you want to talk about what else that you offer? And I'll put up your other QR code.
Yes, the other QR, the QR code that's here now is it's a group for this audience where you can jump into a private community where we can share with each other. You can talk to me directly. And those who join will be in a private offline community where information, insight, questions, and as we grow, more magic will happen. Maybe a workbook or maybe an event or something else outside of this structure. So that's the community group for Survival to Creation. But the other thing I do every single week, if you're out there realizing that you're finding yourself in this story and you want to take it to a deeper work, every Wednesday, I offer the Superconscious Tune-Up. This is a free Zoom call. And the link is right here where you can sign up and join. You'll be sent the email with the Zoom link. You'll be added to another community, just like the Survival to Creation community. But this is almost a 5-year-old community where every single Wednesday now I've been doing content, I've been doing workshops, I've been talking about what's possible on the spiritual journey with a live, compassionate group of tender-hearted warriors across the entire planet. And every Wednesday, the most amazing thing happens. People come and we connect, and we've built lifelong friendships. We're creating live events together, and we are there for each other. And that's really one of the first ways to find me and my work. And that's free, and you get to come in, and you also get access to the entire library over the last 2 years. There's at least 80 replay episodes and workshops, so you can get the podcast link and take us with you on your mobile devices, on your road trips, and while you're cooking dinner. So that's the first place to start with me, is the Superconscious Tune-Up, live on Wednesdays. Free. Please come join us. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Cory. Thank you for this really awesome experience of the 12 paths that were such a cool interactive journey that we get to do together. And I'm excited for what's coming, but I feel like this one is a beautiful for a success for today. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And once again, this is the journey from survival to creation. With all 12 of these tools in your pocket, you can almost absolutely step into the future you today and start living the life, making the rest of life the best of life. That's what this is about. So let's walk each other home. Let's walk each other home. Thanks, Julie. Beautiful. Everybody out there, thank you for your time, your attention. More time with you, please.
We'll see you on the third Friday of this. No, the first Friday. We're going already into August.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
We are first and third Fridays at 10 a.m. for the rest of the year.
First Friday. Okay, we will see you Oh, my calendar is normally on the side of me. The first Friday of August. And so thank
Come
you.
on, you'll
Thank
see
you
the
for
next.
everyone
All right,
watching.
everybody. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Happy Friday. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for joining us this evening. We bridge the gap between what the world often keeps separate, logic and light, and spirit and science. We welcome everyone to come as you are and invite you to become the hero you want to become through educational tools and community connection. We offer tools, teachings, and community to help you remember who you are. This includes live shows, workshops, nutrition and wellness, and exclusive member perks. Logic leads us, light guides us, community connects us. Check out our TV Digest channel guide on All TV. Catch your favorite show, live stream, or find a new favorite show to add to your notifications. We are always adding new standalone episodes and series. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Find us online on our website and all major social media platforms at Academy of Logic and Light. Click the link in bio to join our community. We hope to see you again soon, either here or on your hero's journey.